This is the spreadsheet version of Perpetual LIFO, last in, first out. We start with a debit in our T account, and that's our beginning inventory of 800 units, $3.20 per unit. We have a sale, that's a credit on our T account, and we have sold 600 units. We want to make an adjustment, so we have a LIFO adjustment. This first column here, this column here, sales order, item valuation log ID, tells us that we're working on this sale, and we want to take items out of the most recent purchase. That's last in, first out. At this point, the last purchase and the first purchase are one and the same. So our FIFO, our perpetual FIFO, and our perpetual LIFO at this point are exactly the same. Here's the source from which we will take out our 600. We have that 800. That's going to leave us with a balance of 200. So then our sold units is 600, and our cost of goods sold is the 600 multiplied by 320, which is 1,920. We have an ending inventory of 200 units, and the cost of our ending inventory is $640. You can see that right here as well. The next thing we do is we have a purchase, that's a debit on our T account, and we bring in 2,200 units at a cost of $3.10. That's going to increase our ending inventory. We had 200 units and we brought in 2,200 units. That's going to give us 2,400 units. And here is our value of that 2,400 units. The next thing that happens is we have a sale. We're going to sell 1,600 units. This time in LIFO, last in, first out, what we want to do is take that 1,600 units from the most recent purchase. To do that, we can see we have a purchase right above us of 2,200 units. 16 is less than 22, so we should be able to take all of our units from there. Again, just for costing purposes is what we're doing. And so we look down here at our adjustment. We're working on this sales order. That's this ID here. That's our sale. And we're going to draw from this purchase. That's this purchase. That was 2,200 units. We took 1,600 units. That's going to give us a balance of 600 units. We still have that 200 units above here, but we were able to fulfill that from this purchase. And so at this point, nothing is zeroed out. The next thing that happens is we have another purchase. We're going to add 1,200 units, cost of $3.30. That leaves our ending inventory at 2,000 and the ending inventory value of $64.60. Our sale is, then we have a sale of 1,000 units. Our sale, if we go last in, first out, we can see right above the purchase is a purchase of 1,200 units, so we should be able to take that sale for costing purposes of this one purchase. So we go down to the LIFO adjustment. Here's our sales order item valuation log ID, which points to this line, and it's going to draw from the most recent purchase. It takes that 1,000 out of the 1,200 that were there, and that leaves it with 200 left. That gives us an ending inventory of 1,000, and that purchase at $1,003.30. Cost of goods sold is $3,300. We have another sale at 400. This time our sale, let's go back up here. Our most recent purchase was deducted now to 200 after the sale of 1,000. So this most recent purchase has left to allocate 200 units. So then when we sell 400 units, we're not going to be able to fulfill it from that one line purchase. So we come here, we could see that we're working on the sales order, this one sales order. Here's our ID number, and here's our sales order item valuation log ID. It tells us we're working on this sales order of 400. We're going to look up above to our most recent purchase, just 36, and let's come up here. 36 had 200, so we'll take that 200. Let's come back up here. 200 at $3.30. So that goes here, $3.30. That gives us $660. Now we have another 200 yet to fulfill, and we can come up to the next debit, which is this line, and we had 600 here, so we could take our 200 from this remaining 600. So we come down here on this adjustment, and we can see that's exactly what happens. That leaves us with 400 units. Our cost of goods sold then is $12.80. That's a combination of these two adjustments at these two costs. We'll bring in another 1,800 units. That puts our ending inventory at 2,400 with an ending inventory value of 8,000. We'll have a sale of 14,000. Again, last in, first out. We should be able to pull this from our most recent purchase. We do that. We have one line. Here's the sales order item valuation log ID we're working on. Here's the same ID here. So we're working on this line. We can pull all of that line from this record. Here it is before it's deducted. So we had 1,800. We want 1,400. That's going to leave us with 400. So that's a very simple line of cost of goods sold, sold inventory, and cost of goods sold. Next, we have a purchase of 500 units. Then we have a sale of 200 units. Our 200 units should be able to come out of that most recent purchase of 500 units. And that is in fact what happens. Here's the ID, the sales order item valuation log ID is the same here. So we're working on this line, the sales line. We're able to fulfill that from this line, this purchase line. And at that time, the purchase line had 500 units, so we had to fulfill 200, and we did that. That left 300. That gives us the ending, unit quantity, the number of items that we sold. The units that we sold is 5,200, and the cost of goods sold is 16,920. The ending inventory is 1,300, and the ending inventory cost is 4,290. The unit quantity will be the same in FIFO and LIFO. The number of units we have and we sold will be the same. The monetary values for those, cost of goods sold and ending inventory, will be different. In LIFO, in this example, the only line that we zeroed out was this line, and previous lines still have items at that cost.